I'm Joanna Zeiger.
And I'm Brandon Del Campo.
And we're here to teach you how to run like an Olympian. All right, so today we're here to teach you about some deep breathing exercises to facilitate some better running form or better exercise form in general, so that when you're taxing yourself during exercise, that you breathe deeply from the diaphragm and you don't breathe from the chest. The deeper that you can breathe, the more controlled you can breathe, the better you'll perform.
Perfect.
So in part one, we gave you some basic exercises to start off with, and I know that you have all done them and you're now experts, and we want to take you through the next progression. All right, so this exercise is going to challenge your core a little bit, which makes it a little bit more functional for running. And we're gonna practice deep breathing as we're challenging the core. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into a stance, right foot behind the left foot, just like that. So your heel is actually touching your toes and your feet should be in a straight line, hips should be forward. And you'll feel that just standing in this position by itself is going to be challenging for the balance, and the back foot should be working, and I can actually feel my core engaging while I'm doing this. And then what you want to do is put your hands on your sides, and you want to breathe in deeply, and you should feel the sides expanding and you should feel the front expanding as well. So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you want to hold this position for about a minute. And after a minute, you want to switch legs. So you want to put your right foot forward, your left foot back.
Do the hokey pokey.
You want to do the hokey pokey and turn yourself about. And again, you want to hold this position for a minute, so you're balance challenged.
I'm not balance challenged, I looked at something.
And again, you want to just breathe in from the diaphragm, deep. And again, you should feel that back foot is actually working kind of hard. You feel that?
Yeah, you feel a little bit of a wobble.
A little wobble.
Yeah.
So you're challenging your balance and your core. And this is sort of the next step toward getting you to be able to breathe deeply while you're exercising.
And then maybe once you get it down, put your hands down at your side.
Put them over your head.
Put them over your head, yeah.
Push your friend over.
Over you go, yes. What are we gonna do this time?
Well, this time what we want to do is really help people get their shoulders out of the picture. And we also want people to engage their glutes and practice the breathing at the same time, because when you're exercising, the glute is a powerhouse muscle and it's got to be engaged. Right. And so this is going to be kind of a functional exercise here to get people multifaceted. Number one, the glutes will be working, the low back will be working, but we're also going to practice the deep breathing with the shoulders out of the picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to line our backs in a bridge position. So this is a position most people are familiar with, where you just lie and lift the hips up.
We're getting yoga.
But what we're going to do is we're going to really practice this deep diaphragmatic breathing in this position.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to hold this for about a minute. So we're going to line our backs like this. You want your feet to be about hip width apart, straight. So you don't want your feet turned out or turned in, just straight ahead. Then you're just going to lift your hips off the ground as far as you can. More. There you go. And so then you want to do the same thing we've done these other exercises, where you put your hands either at the side or on your stomach, and you want to breathe in deeply. So while you're doing this, you should really feel some good glute engagement. But because your shoulders are flat on the ground, get your shoulders on the ground a little bit. There you go. That should take the shoulders out of the whole breathing process. So notice when I'm breathing in, my stomach is rising. And then when I exhale, my stomach drops.
Now, are you sucking? Do you think that it's beneficial to get an extra suck, like pull it in even more, like pull the belly button in on the way down, and then try and get a full, exaggerate the contraction on the other side too?
I don't do that, but because that's not something you're going to do while you're exercising.
Right.
So the hope is that with all this controlled breathing, with doing these exercises, that when you go out to run or bike or swim or whatever it is that you want to do, and especially when you're working hard, that now you've got the tools to control your breathing, so that when you get tired and your breathing rate starts to go up and you start feeling some shallow breaths, you think to yourself, okay, deep breath. Breathe deep, and that will slow your breathing down and allow you maybe to break through to the next level.
I bet some people's quads and glutes are tired right now.
Yeah, this is a great exercise for that.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
good stuff. All right, so our last exercise that we want to show you is running in place, practicing the deep breathing. Apparently, I don't run in place very well. I've been told that I look like, I don't even know what.
Well,
so I apologize for my horrible running in place form.
that's okay, because here's the thing. When you're on your run, you do not need to run in place at the stoplight. You can just stop.
Well, I do.
I know you do, because there's a lot of people that don't.
Okay, well, anyway, so we're gonna run in place. And you really wanna get the arms moving. And while you're doing that, you don't wanna feel like you're breathing through the chest, or that when you're running, that you're running with your shoulders in your ears, because we see this a lot. You wanna keep the shoulders down and level, and you wanna breathe from the belly.
Yep.
All right,
So.
no laughing. Ready? Just do it. So you just wanna start a little slow. And because you're just running nice and easy in place, you should be able to take some nice controlled deep breaths. And you want to pick up the pace a little bit and challenge yourself. And this is where I get funny looking.
Yeah.
And you really want to feel like you're breathing deeply. So if your shoulders are up here, that means you're breathing through your chest. Drop the shoulders down. And if you need a good reminder, sometimes you can even just put your hands down and relax.
Right. And if you
Deep
can't
breath.
if you can't do any of this, you can just look at your watch and pretend like you're annoyed because the light isn't turning green.
There you go. So remember, deep belly breath, diaphragm breathing. Go out and run and have a good time.
I can't believe I just did videos where I'm sticking my stomach out. Do I look like Demi Moore?